Members of the liberal media are stumped over how to cover the president-elect. Journalists from Slate to the Huffington Post to Univision gathering for a panel discussion about where they will lay out what strategies to use when reporting on the Trump presidency. Here now is Howard Kurtz, host of MediaBuzz, and a Fox News media analyst. So they're getting together to go over. I liked one of the quotes. So the panel will discuss how journalists and media companies at large can play a bigger role in making sure that fact prevails over fiction in the coming months and years. Wasn't that always our job, to make sure that fact prevailed over fiction? Why do they need to play a bigger role in it now?
Because Donald Trump has them in just hand-wringing and churning out columns and having conferences to figure out how to cover this president. And look, Slate is a major player in this conference. It's always been a liberal site. Whenever I click on it now, I get these pop-up ads that say, help us stand up to Donald Trump, or Donald Trump has declared war on the press. In other words, send money. So after a news conference this week in which Trump went after BuzzFeed, but also called CNN fake news, which is greatly overstating the issue, I think, the press just is feeling very much on the defensive.
So actually, I mean, if you look at it from a marketing and money-making point of view, because we are a business show, it makes a lot of sense. If the theme or, you know, one of the marketing features of his presidency is, you know, I'm talking directly to you, the people. The media is in the tank. They're just as biased. They're on the left. You know, that gins up his people. For publications and media that tend to be left of center or whose readers don't like Donald Trump, it is great marketing for them to be like, we are going to stand up to him and we are going to bring you the truth, and the other people aren't doing it. So maybe they're just seizing a good business opportunity with stuff like this, or they're really serious about it.
Oh, no, I think they're serious and scared, and Trump drives traffic. There's no question about it. So from their own liberal perspective, they're trying to capitalize on the Trump phenomenon. He's in the news all the time and often attacking the media, which, you know, makes them feel like they got to fight back against this president. But I'm not so concerned about the Huffington Post of the world as I am about, you know, what I consider to be legitimate news organizations, which you might say lean left, which increasingly are being drawn into this. We have to hold Donald Trump to a different standard because he's such a questionable character and he makes misstatements and we think he lies, because, yes, that might drive more traffic. Your subscriptions might go up, but you're giving up a piece of your credibility if you're going to treat this incoming president a little bit differently than you treated, let's say, the 44th president when he was about to take office.
For sure, without question. And I think one thing that has been missing from this conversation where they talk about him reaching out and attacking CNN is that it's also really harmful when he reaches out and praises reporters individually. Getting in that fight with CNN, maybe it hurts their credibility as they say, you know, they're going to go after him and he's a liar. But it also hurts you when he says, I really like this reporter, because you're like, ooh, you know, like, no, you know, we're supposed to be arm's distance, right? I mean, isn't that a little bit lost from the conversation, Howard?
Yeah, I mean, no journalist wants to be vilified by the President of the United States. But at the same time, you don't want a lot of hugs and kisses either. So that I think is the dilemma. At the same time, I mean, look, I think much of the media haven't learned the lesson of this election, which they completely and totally blew, which is a reason for Donald Trump's appeal. Look, the country's divided. Some people love this new president. Some people can't stand him. But if it becomes an us versus them situation, a more prosecutorial situation, I think the media are going to come out on the short end here.
Telling people that they're stupid for having voted for Donald Trump doesn't make them want to read your paper or watch your show. I think that's the lesson they missed. Howard, thank you. You're always fantastic, and I can't wait to watch even more Howard Kurtz on MediaBuzz on Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern on Fox News Channel. Can't miss it.